Hello student, welcome to today's lecture. In today's lecture we are going to discuss about the forward error correction techniques. Objectives: to study different error correction methods, different types of forward error correction techniques like ARQ and all those. So methods of error controlling. In communication techniques we are having two types of error controlling technique. First one is a forward error correction and second one is a error detection with the retransmission. So what is forward error correction techniques? In forward error correction, that is a FEC, is an error correction technique to detect and correct the limited number of errors in transmitted data without the need for retransmission. In this method, the sender sends the related error correction code along with the data frame. The receiver performs necessary check based on the additional redundant bits, and if it finds that the data is free from error, it executes the error correcting operations, and if the data is with error, it will perform the error correction operation, and then it removes the redundant bits by passing the message through the upper layer. Advantages and disadvantages: because FEC does not require any handshaking between the source and the destination, it can be used for broadcasting of data to many destinations simultaneously from a single source. Another advantage of forward error correction saves is a bandwidth saving required for retransmission, so it is used in a real-time systems. Its main limitation is that if there are too many error sources, the frame need to be retransmitted. Then the next one is error correction codes for FEC or the forward error correction. The error correcting codes for forward error corrections can be broadly categorized into two types. First one is a block codes and the second one is a convolution code. In block codes, the message is divided into fixed size block of bits to which the redundant bits are added for the error correction. In convolution code, the message comprises the data stream of arbitrary size, length, and the parity symbols are generated by the sliding application of a Boolean function to the data streams. Error detection with the retransmission. In this method, the decoder checks the input sequence. When it detects any error, it discards that part of a sequence and requests the transmitter for retransmission of the data. The retransmitter again transmits the data or the part of the sequence in which the error was detected. The decoder does not correct the error, it just detects the error and sends the request to the transmitter. This method has a low probability of error, but it is very slow. Then the automatic retransmission request, ARQ. Why ARQ? To ensure delivery of information from a transmitter to the receiver unchanged, error free, and in the order, to overcome the effect of channel, typically noise or information. So this is a block diagram of a ARQ code. So your ARQ code consists of an encoder, input buffer, and a controller. Then we are having a forward transmission channel. We are having a detector, output buffer control, and the return transmission channel. So here what is happening? In this case, the data is transferred. So this is your message input bit. The input bit is encoded, and then that encoded transmitted signal is transmitted through the forward transmission channel, and at the receiver end we detect the error or we detect the signal. After detecting, we check. We are having one output buffer and the controller which will check or which will detect the error, and it will save the acknowledgement. It will send the acknowledgement that is again transmitted to the input signal. So if my acknowledgement is positive or we are having a positive acknowledgement, it will continue with the transmitting of a data. But if the acknowledgement is negative, we are having negative acknowledgement. If the negative acknowledgement was received at the receiver will stop transmitting the data and it will start retransferring the data or retransferring the message from the point the error is occurred, or the complete message it will retransmit. So that is the block diagram of using ARQ. The operation, the same I have explained. So there are three types of ARQ protocols: stop and wait ARQ, go back N ARQ, selective repeat ARQ. All these protocols usually use some form of sliding window protocol to tell the transmitter determines which packets or the message needs to be retransmitted. The first one is a stop and wait ARQ. It is the simplest kind of ARQ method. A stop and wait ARQ sender sends one frame at a time and waits for the acknowledgement signal from the receiver. So this one is your transmitter, this one is your receiver. So at this time the transmitter transmit only one set of a packet, and it will wait for transferring the second packet until it will receive one positive acknowledgement or a acknowledgement was received. If the receiver sends a here this is your first packet, the packet is transmitted by the first transmitter, and at the receiver we are receiving the packet. Now if the packet is error free, if the packet is error free, it will send the acknowledgement back to the transmitter. If the transmitter receives the acknowledgement, it will transmit the second packet. So likewise the data transmission took place in case of a stop and wait. It will stop for receiving the acknowledgement and then it will transfer the data. If it will receive a negative acknowledgement, so what it will do, it will retransmit the first packet again. So that is a working principle of using stop and wait ARQ. The same thing in the case of frame loss, receiver will not send acknowledgement and the timeout occurs, the transmitter retransmits. So here I have taken one example. This is the first A transmitter and B. So the frame is transmitted to the B receives the data, it will send the acknowledgement. So the acknowledgement was received, okay. So it will having one timer. Even though we are getting a positive acknowledgement, but with a delay it will retransmit the frame, okay. And the second thing is it will transmit a frame and we have not received any acknowledgement, then also it will retransmit the data. So here the same thing was explained. So here the first frame was again retransmitted. So it is again timeout, so we will retransmit the first frame again. Application of stop and wait ARQ. Biasing character oriented data link control. XMODEM, modem file transmit protocol. Tribal file transfer protocol, file transferred over UDP. Go back N ARQ. Sender transmits more than one frame window size when the frame lose or error detect a request for the retransmission from that frame and after. Keep channel busy by keeping sending more efficient than stop and wait. So this is a diagram of a go back N ARQ. So here we are continuously transferring the frames, or we are continuously transferring the packets without waiting for the acknowledgement, okay. So what will happen in this case? The first frame is transmitted, we have received an acknowledgement. The second frame is transferred, we have received an acknowledgement. Second frame is transferred, we have received the acknowledgement. And similarly it will transferring the frames. The frame is transferred from 0 to 6. But what will happen now? If the third frame is not received correctly, or if it is having the error, so it will send back a negative acknowledgement. So what it will do now, at the receiver we are getting the acknowledgement that there is an error in frame 3. Then it will transmit all the bit back from frame number 3. So here unnecessary we are transferring the all bits, okay. So that is its name is go back N ARQ. Therefore it is called as a go back N ARQ, because we are continuously transferring without waiting for the acknowledgement, and once we receive the acknowledgement that there is an error in a particular frame, we start transferring the data from that particular location. So that is about the go back N ARQ. Application of go back N ARQ, it is used in the high level data link control protocols. It is used in the V.42 modem error control over a telephone networks. Second one, last one is a selective repeat ARQ. As its name indicates, selective repeat ARQ retransmits only the affected frame. Frame may be delivered out of the sequence. When the frame acknowledgement is received, new frame is buffered. More efficient than go back N ARQ, because there is no need to retransmit the set of frame while only a frame is affected. In go back N ARQ, we are retransferring the all set of frame. Needs additional circuitry for reordering the frame at the receiver. So this is a diagram of a selective repeat ARQ. When frame 2 lost, so here we are transferring the first frame, second frame, third frame, fourth frame. So continuously we are transferring the frame. So we are receiving the acknowledgement after some time. So here what happened, as we are transferring the frame, we received the acknowledgement, we doesn't receive the acknowledgement for the, or we have received a negative acknowledgement for frame 2. So as the negative acknowledgement was received for frame 2, what it will do, it will retransmit only frame 2. See, here only the frame 2 is retransmitted and then it will resume. So initially it has transmitted up to 6. Error occurred at frame 2, it will retransmit only frame 2 and then it will resume from 7, 8, 9, 10 and likewise. So that's why its name is selective repeat. It will retransmitting only the selective portion which is affected or which is having some error. Application of selective repeat ARQ. The first one is, it is broadly used in the TCP protocols. It is used in the service specific connection oriented protocols where the error control for signaling message in ATM networks. Then the difference between ARQ and FAC. FAC and ARQ. In FAC, error detection and correction take place in the forward error correction. Only the error detection took place in the ARQ. It will not do any correction part. Data is not retransmitted. Data is transmitted if errors are found. No feedback path is required because as we are not taking any feedback from the receiver end, so there is no need to use any feedback path. Feedback path is required to retransmit the requests. More number of check bits are required for error correction. Less number of check bits are required for error correction. Because in the transmission only we have adding the check bits which are going to used for the error correction and the detection at the receiver end. Code rate is reduced due to more check bits. Code rate is better due to less check bits. Transmission rate is higher. Transmission rate is less. Thank you for listening to my video.